So welcome back. Let's continue from where we stopped. So we are here, .com boom, .com bust, and the rebirth. Okay, as we've said, we have already talked about this a little bit in the introduction, right? So 1997 to 2000 was irrational exuberance, or you could say irrational growth of electronic commerce was there. 12,000 internet-related businesses were started. 100 billion and more than 100 billion investors invested their money. I mean, more than 100 billion was invested by investors in this electronic commerce. As I've said, it was a new thing. Everybody wants to be involved in electronic commerce, and everybody wants to. So the perception people had, or what investors had in mind was very exaggerated. Okay, and 5,000 plus companies went out of business at that time. Okay, more than 5,000 is too much. Okay, so many businesses they went bankrupt and they were shut down. Okay, so that was the darkest time. So we mostly say that is the .com bust. Okay, and there was from 2000 to 2003, so 200 billion dollar was invested in electronic commerce. Then this was fueled. This has fueled the online business activity and the rebirth of electronic commerce. So online B2C sales growth has continued, even though it was slowly, because it was the time that they are still in this trauma of the failure in the .com boom. Okay, but 2008, 2009, there was a recession. You all remember there was economic recession, and surprisingly, as we have said, most of the businesses were affected by this economic recession hugely, but electronic commerce was not affected that much like other businesses. Okay, so B2C and B2B increasing growth rates continue even in the recession, the economic recession, and the driving forces where people with internet access has increased. Okay, and web purchases were projected are 11.9 trillion by 2013, but now it could be in hundreds of trillions of dollars. So anyways, these are the three stages. Okay, this just shows the actual and estimated billions of sales to B2C and B2B. Then you can see that B2B is very much higher as compared to B2C, as we have already said. Okay, this is just the actual and estimated B2B and B2C transactions. Okay, so let's talk about the second wave of electronic commerce. So compared to 4 waves of industrial revolution, we are on 4.0, right? So just like that, we have the second wave and third wave, okay, something like that. So electronic commerce first and second wave characteristics were they had the regional scope for first wave was United States, because as we have said, United States was the one that has started using electronic commerce, and the big head business was the United States business. Second wave was international, because in the second wave, other countries were also involved in the electronic commerce. The startup capital for first wave was easy to obtain, but in the second wave, companies are using internet funds. And internet technologies used in the first wave were very slow and inexpensive, especially for B2C, but in second wave, we have broadband connection. So in terms of technology, the second wave, third wave, they have better technologies as compared to their prior ones, okay? So the first and second wave characteristics, for example, in the email, use first wave they use unstructured communication with their customers. And in second wave, there is integral part of marketing. So communication was taken very serious, and customers contact strategies were created. Okay, and revenue source for first wave was just online advertising that has failed because of the bust, and then the second wave, online advertising was very successful. Okay, I'll go over this very fast. Then so you can read the details of the characteristics of first wave and second wave. So this is something that is in the past. As we have said, we are in the third wave, where we are using mobile or handheld devices for electronic commerce, and this has enabled customers to buy products from anywhere or anytime that they like, because the handheld devices or these smartphones are mobile. Okay, so you can read this part. I'll leave this to you. Then the third wave begins. So this is the time where, as we said, mobile commerce or eCommerce was become very famous. Okay. And smartphone technology and tablet computers have made internet available everywhere, and customers can buy their product, the products they want at their convenience. Okay, so internet technology integration. First wave uses barcodes and scanners. Second wave uses radio frequency identification. So maybe most of you are familiar with RFID and how RFID is different from barcodes, right? RFID, you can track the location of devices or the location of goods that you have ordered using RFID. Then the increasing integration will lead to more effective B2B technology in the future. So the other thing is Wave 2. Okay, so now I mean, previously we have Wave 1.0. So actually it's not called Wave 1.0, but by default it's Web. So it's Wave 1.0, Wave 1.0. Now we are on Wave 2.0. Wave 2.0 means customers are not just readers of content which is posted on the internet, but now customers are also creators of content. Okay, so what does that mean? Previously in Web 1.0, especially before the introduction of social network sites, companies, they have their website, they display their products on their website, they advertise their products on their website, or they might also use Amazon or I don't know, Gmart to sell their products. But during that time, customers just read what is on the website. Okay, so there is no way that customer can create a content or can create his own content on the website itself. Okay, but now with with the expansion of social network sites, customers are now also content creators. Okay, we create contents. So for example, a product, some company's product is posted on Facebook. We write comments, we post comments. Okay, that comment is going to stay on the website. Okay, but that is our content. So now in Web 2.0, customers create content of their own, which will be available on the website. And this has given actually more power to the customers. Okay, because if you don't like a product, or if the product was fake, or if the business has treated you very badly, then you can go to their website, write something bad about this company, or you can go to your own Facebook profile and write something about this product. Okay, so companies are very much sensitive, and they follow up the social network sites, and they try to reply to the concerns of their customers. Okay, so this wave 2.0 is making new web business possible for companies. Okay, so now let's talk about business models, revenue models, and business processes. So as we have said, why are companies focusing on revenue models and business models? Why not business models? I mean, why do they focus on revenue models and business processes? Why? Why not on business model? So business model is a set of processes combined to achieve company goal of yielding profit. Okay, but when it is a revenue model, all companies worry about is how they can make a revenue or a profit. So actually, we have said that businesses exist to make profit, but it doesn't mean that you just forget everything, forget service about service that you deliver to the customer, and focus on making money. Okay, so business models are sets of processes combined to achieve company goal of yielding profit. Okay, so you do things that the things that you do best will yield you profit. It's not that you just focus on making profit. Okay, so electronic commerce in the first wave, investors sought internet-driven business models, and as I've said, some authors like or some people who are famous in electronic commerce, like or in marketing, like Mikhail Porter, they argue that in the first wave, businesses who were engaged in this electronic commerce, they don't even have business models. They just copy what has been done by other businesses. And that was the reason for the failure. And that was the reason for the dot-com bust. Okay? So expectations of rapid growth was there and market dominance. So successful dot-com business models were emulated and they were copied. And as I've said, some even argue that these businesses were not operating based on any business model. Okay, but business model is very important for a business to be successful. Okay, and that business model should not be, it's actually difficult to copy, but it should not be copied from other even similar businesses. Okay, so you might have the major pointers of business model in the business model, but you cannot copy all the activities from other businesses, even though they are similar. Okay, so instead of copying a model, examine your business elements. Okay, and you can streamline, enhance, and replace with internet technology driven business process. Okay, so don't just copy. Then revenue models used today, specific collection of business processes. They identify customer, they identify markets to these customers, and they generate sales for these customers. Okay, so they classify revenue generating activities for communication and analysis purposes. And the focus on specific business processes. So companies think in terms of business processes. So purchasing raw materials or goods for resale, converting materials and labor into finished goods, managing transportations and logistics, hiring and training employees, managing business finance. These all are business processes. So these are the processes that we are talking about in electronic commerce. So it's not only buying and selling, but there are business processes at the background of electronic commerce, and these are the business processes. Okay, so identify processes benefiting from electronic commerce technology. For example, take the first process, purchasing raw materials or goods for resale. Okay, so for example, we have said that we can use EDI to purchase raw materials from suppliers. Okay, so this is one process that can be enhanced or that can be improved using e-commerce technology. Then again, identify another one. For example, see, there is hiring and training of employees. You might have heard of human resource information systems where you can hire employees. Okay, so this system helps you hire employees and it is a system used by the human resource department. Okay, so anyways, the point is you have a business, right? So identify the business processes, starting from the beginning to the end, to the sales. Okay, after you identify these business processes, try to study how you can support these business processes using e-commerce technology, and that will be your focus on specific business processes. Then that will help you have a very good business model. Okay, so identify processes benefiting from electronic commerce. Internet technologies as a means to facilitate, use internet technologies as a means to facilitate business processes, improving existing practices, identifying new opportunities, and adapting to change. So information technology or the internet technology is not for luxury, right? Internet technologies are for improving the existing processes or existing doings of your business. Okay, so you don't use internet technology or any other technology just for the sake of having them in your company, or just for the sake of being modern. Okay, so each computers, each software, or each internet technologies or each technologies should be there to help you improve your existing practices. Okay, so role of merchandising. So merchandising is a combination of store design, layout, and product display knowledge. Okay, and the sales people skills are to identify customer needs and find these products and services that can satisfy the needs of your these customers. Okay, so actually, so salesperson identifies customer, hires this customer, hires in a sense. Uh, After they identify that customer is a potential customer first, right? They identify, then they make them loyal customers, because that's what sales person or sales people do. Merchandising and personal selling is the other. Even though it is difficult to practice remotely, because some of the sales still would require customers to physically go and check these products. Okay, so not all products are easy to sell online, right? For example, if you take books, e-books, or CD, it's easy to sell online because it's purely online. You don't have to physically send anything. You just send them through the internet. Okay, and products which have the same standard of quality are easy to buy online. But there are products or goods that customers would like to touch and feel. Okay, so you don't buy gold or diamond online unless it is a very much verified business, and unless you have contracts. Okay, so customers sometimes would like to go physically to the stores and check out goods. Okay, so some merchandises which there are some merchandises which are very difficult to sell on a personal level, and which are difficult to practice remotely. Okay, so website successes are transferring merchandise skill to the web, easier to some products than others, as I've said. Some standardized products are easy to sell online, but some products are difficult because customers have to feel these products. Okay, then product or process suitability to electronic commerce. We have already talked about that. So evaluating advantages and disadvantages of electronic commerce to the sale of products. Suitability is dependent on available technologies and current state. So as I've said, for example, selling diamond will be difficult because customers would like to feel or would like to see by their bare eyes. Or let's say silk. Selling silk online is difficult because customers would like to feel, touch it, and feel how soft or how comfortable it is, right? But in the future, it's expected the future technology will also change or will also incorporate this products into electronic commerce. Okay, so changes in new e-commerce tools might emerge, which will enable us to buy products which we feel are now difficult to buy online. Okay, so again, I would like you to read this. These are well-suited electronic commerce products, well-suited for combination of. So as we've said, there is pure online sale that is called the .com, right? And there is pure physical. Pure physical means you have to physically go and buy these products. You cannot just, these companies, they don't even have a website, okay? And there is pure online, which means there is nothing that is exchanged physically between the seller and the buyer. That is, for example, for ebook and CD, okay? Or DVDs. So you buy online, you pay online, the ebook will be delivered online. There is no any physical. So these are very much suited for pure electronic commerce. And there are some products that are suited for traditional commerce. Traditional commerce means commerce that requires your physical existence, okay? But you can also use the combination of these two. The combination of these two means you process something online, then you can receive this product physically, okay? So there is also a combination of electronic and traditional commerce strategies. And this will stay, okay, in the future. It's not possible to make every product to be delivered online, okay? Because the speed products, there are products that are physical, okay? So you still have to deliver this product physically to your customers, okay? So this traditional commerce will be there in the future too, but the percentage of traditional commerce will be much more less as compared to the pure online or those goods that are well suited for electronic commerce, okay? Then let's talk about commodity items. So some commodity items are well suited to electronic commerce selling. Products or services hard to distinguish from same products or services provided by other sellers uh, are easy for electronic commerce selling. Features could be standardized and well-known products, and price distinguishing factor could be price, okay? So as we have said, some products are well suited for electronic commerce, those that are standardized and that are similar, okay? And consider we have to create shipping profile of products, okay? So shipping profile means it helps us to identify whether a product is well suited for electronic commerce selling or not. That's called a shipping profile of a product, okay? It's a collection of attributes or characteristics affecting how easily that a product can be packaged and delivered, okay? So based on the shipping profile of a product, we might say, oh, this product is well suited for electronic commerce, or this product is not well suited for electronic commerce, okay? So not one thing is the value to weight ratio. So DVD is a very good example, okay? And expensive jewelry has a high value to weight ratio. Is jewelry is very small, but the weight, I mean, the price is very high, okay? The weight is very small, but the value or the price of this product is very high, right? So the value to weight ratio is very big, like expensive jewelry. So these kinds of products might not be like that well suited for electronic commerce, okay? Apart from the features of the product. And so easier to sell products have a strong brand reputation, so well-known brands. So For example, if you can easily buy a product from Gucci, a product from Fila, or a product from Vans, okay, from their stores online, because you are sure that these products are authentic because they are a well-known brands, okay? So they appeal to small but geographically diverse group of people. For example, if you take Fila, all over the world, Fila has customers, okay? So small, but everywhere in the world, okay? So in the traditional commerce, it's better for products relying on personal selling skill. Some of the products require personal skills of or salesperson's skill to sell this product. So they are not suited for traditional, I mean, to electronic commerce. So mostly will be undertaken in traditional commerce, okay? But as we have said, the combination of two is possible. Business processes include commodity and personal inspection items, and this will continue the combination, okay, as I have already discussed. So businesses need to exercise cautions in weighting risks and benefits of online business because of the value to weight ratio of some products. This might be very high, okay? So let's talk about opportunities for electronic commerce. So the appeal of electronic commerce is its potential to boost profits through increasing sales and decreasing costs. So when you use electronic commerce, you can easily reach customers located anywhere else in this world, okay? That will increase your sales, right? Because previously, before the introduction of the internet, then businesses used to sell their products to people who are only close to their businesses, right? But now, because of electronic commerce and the internet, then businesses can reach customers that are located anywhere else in this world, and they don't have to open branches in everywhere, right? Because a customer can buy products of a company that is located in the US. This company doesn't need to have a branch in Korea, right? So that decreases the cost of producing these products and selling them to the customers. Then, as you know, when the cost of production is less, then the price of a product will be much less, okay? So had it been there is no electronic commerce, products would have been very, very expensive, okay? And there are virtual communities. So virtual communities are people who gather based on their common interest, okay? So for example, if you take Facebook, I have friends on Facebook, friends which are located anywhere else in this world. And these friends, I have something common with them. Some of them I have studied with them. Some of them I like similar things as them. Some of them are just friends of friends. Some of them I like what they post on their social medias, okay? So these communities of people who gather, who have same common interest are called virtual communities, okay? And these virtual communities use Web 2.0, like social network sites that help them easily create content, okay? And what are the buyer opportunities in electronic commerce? So electronic commerce increases purchasing opportunities, as we have said, because customers can easily look for products online. They can compare these products. For example, if you go to eBay and try to buy one product, then eBay will automatically, there is a system, so automatically will give you similar products, and eBay by itself will compare, okay? The specification, the price, and you can choose the one you like, okay? So it increases the opportunity for the buyer, okay, to buy, and identifies new suppliers and business partners. So it's easy to identify new suppliers and business partners. You just go to the internet, you just look, or you just Google suppliers, you find them, you contact, then it's that easy. But before the internet and before the electronic commerce, then it's based on trust. Manufacturing companies and suppliers build their relationship based on trust. And it is only the trust that they have. If the supplier betrays the manufacturer, then the whole manufacturing process will be in a big problem. But now there are so many millions of suppliers, then you can contact any supplier. Then so this will help you not to rely on a single supplier, which is not good. Okay. And the other is efficiently obtains competitive bid information from the internet. Then it's easier to negotiate price and delivery terms with your seller. Then increase speed, okay, and information exchange accuracy, because you can track. Okay, I order a product online, I can track where the product is, where in which airline it has arrived, where it is going. Okay, I know what time this product will be delivered to my place. Okay, so there are I have too much information about product. Wider range of choices available 24 hours a day. Okay, so if had it been there is no internet or electronic commerce, then we have to wait for tomorrow to go to the business until it's open or something. Okay, but when it's electronic commerce, it's 24/7 open, so you can buy products online anytime you like. Okay, so let's talk about some advantages and disadvantages of electronic commerce again. So benefits extend to the general society welfare. Okay, lower costs to issue and secure. So electronic payments of tax refunds, public retirement, welfare support, this all become very easy because of electronic commerce. Okay, faster transmission, provides fraud, theft, loss protection. Electronic commerce payments are easier to audit and monitor. So if you ask now why people are not engaged in electronic commerce, they might say they don't trust the internet and they might lose their personal information to the internet. Okay, that is actually true, but as compared to its inception, now electronic commerce has the toughest security system. Okay, so there are different ways of securing your credit card information or your personal information online. So it's not a big deal now. So it reduces commuter caused traffic or pollution. This means before the electronic commerce, I have to drive like 1 hour to 2 hours to buy a product and come back. Okay, and that is a lot of traffic. So this will create traffic jam, and also the gas. Okay, so I'm using my car, so this will create pollution. Okay, but in electronic commerce date, then you don't have to physically go anywhere. You can just use your computers to buy products online. Okay, products and services are available in remote areas. Okay, I can buy a product in Russia, I can buy a product in China, I can buy a product anywhere else in this world. It's not a problem because of electronic commerce. Okay, what are the cautions and concerns in electronic commerce? So poor choices for electronic commerce are there. For example, perishable foods and high cost or unique items are not a good candidates for a product as a product to be sold online. Okay, perishable foods are foods that can be spoiled within days or hours. Okay, because for example, if I buy let's say I can buy an orange from the US, right? Or I can buy, so orange is actually not that perishable, but let's say a food that is perishable within 5 hours. Okay, so if you buy until it reaches your location, that food might be spoiled. Okay, so perishable foods are not good candidates for electronic commerce. Okay, and the other is high cost and unique items also. Those items that have a high volume to weight ratio are not good candidates for electronic commerce. Okay, and the disadvantage will disappear when electronic commerce mature, as we have said, when there are different ways of delivery, and when the transportation became very fast, then these problems will be solved. in the future. Okay, so e-commerce will become more available to and accepted by the general population, and critical masses of buyers become equipped, willing to buy through the internet. And as we have said, people are now still hesitant to buy products online because of security and because of some privacy issues, right? And predictability of costs and revenues is a little bit difficult in internet technology. So when you are involved in electronic commerce, calculating the return on investment ahead of time is a little bit difficult. And recruiting and retaining employees could also be a challenge. Okay, so technology integration issues is another challenge. This means a company using electronic commerce should update its systems, should also integrate its old system with new systems. Okay, for example, if you see, for example, Samsung phone, they release new versions of the phone each year, right? And with these new versions of phone, new ways of processing data is there. Okay, so this means those companies who are involved in electronic commerce now have to update their systems whenever this mobile phone companies update their mobile phones or their softwares. Okay, so integration of new and old system, this is called sometimes migration, is a little bit complicated sometimes, and it requires a huge investment from the companies or the business side who is involved in electronic commerce. Okay, and there are also cultural and legal concerns. Consumers are resistant to change. Not only consumers, but human in general, we are resistant to change. That's our nature. So, because for example, when e-commerce, if you ask somebody to use e-commerce, they might have so many issues. They might say personal issues, personal privacy issues. They might say security issues. They might say this. But after they start buying products online, they will be familiar with it. So once they sense, or once they get the advantage of shopping online, then they will be used to the changes. Okay, so one way of solving this resistance to change coming from consumers is to show that shopping online has advantage to them. Okay, and there are also cultural differences in terms of security, privacy, and payments, and there are some ambiguous and conflicting laws in the internet. Okay, as we've said, there is no ownership of the internet, and some intellectual property rights are very difficult to control in this on the internet. So some laws are conflicting and ambiguous, and laws on the internet are not updated very frequently, because the technology is very dynamic and the law is not going in line with the dynamism of the technology. That is still a problem in electronic commerce. And let's talk about some disciplines and their relationship to electronic commerce, for example. So economics, if you take economics, is all about how we can allocate scarce resources, right? And if you take electronic commerce, is a very good helper or a very good tool for economics, right? Because in electronic commerce, we are trying to limit commute, or we are trying to limit travel by customers to go to physical stores and buy products. Okay, so we are trying to use our scarce resources. We are trying to protect the environment, the pollution. Okay, so commerce organizations participate in markets, and markets are where there are potential sellers, and these potential sellers and buyers come to contact, and it's a medium of exchange for both. And in markets, there is a buyer, there is a seller, and there is a currency that's exchanged between the buyer and a seller. And sometimes the organizational hierarchy by itself might affect the scarce resource usage. So organizational hierarchy could be flat or could have many levels. Levels, in a sense, it could be like operational level, middle level, and top level management in hierarchy, or it might be flat where there is no hierarchy among the employees. Okay, and usually the bottom, the operational level or the lower level of management usually has a larger number of employees. Okay, so it's always in a pyramid structure like this, right? So the top is the CEO or the top level management, then we have middle level management, and we have lower level management. But if you see, it is the lower level management who are in day-to-day contact with the customers. Okay, these are low level people are people who take care of the routines or the day-to-day buying and selling operations with the customers. Okay, so let's talk about transaction costs. Motivation for moving economic activity to hierarchical structure. So let's see this example. This is a market from economic organization which is flat. Okay, because there are knitters, there is a knit market, there are sweaters, there are sweater market, there are retail clothing shops. But look at this one. Okay, this is hierarchical, and in this hierarchy there are knitters, there are operation levels, there are first and middle managers. Because there are supervisors, middle managers, and there are top. Okay, and this is a hierarchical way of organizational structure. Okay, so I think I have to stop here. We are not able to finish this chapter. It's a little bit too much, but what you can do for me is I have already uploaded this first chapter PPT file to your portal. Then please read the rest of these topics. Okay. So in the next week we will be taking only maybe 20 minutes to finish this, and we will proceed to the next the second chapter. Okay, so this is very detailed PPT file. Okay, so as I've told you last time, please download the ebook from Google, so it's for free. Okay, just type electronic commerce by Gary Schneider, then it's for free. Then you read the first chapter. So this PPT file is a very detailed PPT or content of the first chapter. Okay, so I hope it will be easy for you to read and understand this by yourself. Okay, so what you can do for me is just read the rest of this PPT file, and next week I will take like 10 or 20 minutes just to finish this chapter, and we will start the second chapter. Okay, so this is all I have for today. Thank you for the participation. I will see you all next week. So have a good day and good weekend. Okay, see you next week.